Welcome back, everybody, to the Westlake Hornets Team Builder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Before we kick off today's video, I'd like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and if you do not celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays and Happy Friday. So here we go, the 3-0 Westlake Hornets with their final non-conference game of the season, as they will travel out to the University of Virginia to take on the also 3-0 Virginia Cavaliers. Last week, Westlake beat the number 13 ranked Minnesota Golden Gophers 38-20. A pretty competitive game for the most part, but Westlake got the upper hand and was able to get the win. This is going to be a very challenging game, though, for Westlake. They're playing a Virginia team who is not ranked, but probably should be. They are led by junior quarterback Aiden Kent, who is without a doubt the most talented quarterback, arguably the most talented player in the entire country. Kent is the projected number one pick in next year's draft and will go number one, barring something crazy. It's going to be a very tough test today for Westlake's defense. Let's see if they're up for the task. Welcome, everybody, to Scott Stadium here in Charlottesville, Virginia, as the number 2 ranked 3-0 Westlake Hornets take on the unranked, but should be ranked, 3-0 Virginia Cavaliers. Westlake will choose tails per usual. You all know why, because tails never fails. It does land on tails, and Westlake, per usual, will send the defense out first, which means we get to see what Aiden Kent and the offense is up to. Last week, Kent threw for 3 touchdowns in a Virginia win. Let's see what he can do here against, obviously, one of the more talented defenses in the nation. First down, Kent with a quick throw for the running back, Green. That's one way to start the game, a 29-yard catch for Lamar Green, and already a very quick start for Virginia. 3rd and 8 now. Kent's another dot. This time to J.D. McCoy inside the red zone. Not even a minute into this game, and Virginia's offense already looks really good. 3rd and 1. Handoff for Lamar Green, and he does not get the first down. Loses 2. It's the freshman, Justin Graves, bringing him down. And not a great start for the Virginia rushing offense. If they win this game, it's going to be because Aiden Kent carries them. 4th and 2, the field goal unit is out. Got to watch out for the fake. It is not a fake. The kick is good. It was an ugly kick, I will say, but it does go in anyway. So for the quarterback battle, the QB battle for Westlake is not over, although Keith Fleming remains the heavy favorite to win it as he continues to outplay Marsucio Walter-Ron. Gain of 23 for Dale McBride, who has probably been Westlake's best receiver this year, even better than Carter Westwood. Fleming now on the option. Nice little run. If he hadn't stumbled, that could have been an even bigger gain, but a nice run of 14 for Fleming. And if Keith Fleming can just remain consistent, probably these next couple of weeks, then I think it's safe to say that he will win the starting quarterback battle permanently. First down, Fleming connects with Carter Westwood, the senior, for the touchdown. Carter's second receiving score of the year. Westwood had 16 receiving touchdowns last year. Certainly does not have the chemistry with the 2 new quarterbacks as he had with his brother Steven last year, which is a little bit to be expected. But Westlake will get their first lead of the day as it is now 7-3. Virginia has it back. Here is Kent with a nice throw over to Foster. Looks like Ronald Benson could have made a play there, but Foster with the reception, which is good enough for a Cavalier first down. Kent's now about halfway through the first quarter. Short throw for Everett, who is the top star on this Virginia receiving core. It's a gain of around 13 for Brian Everett, and Aiden Kent has looked very good up to this point. 2nd and 8 now. Kent's another nice throw back to Everett inside the 30 to around the 25, and this Virginia passing attack has just carved up Westlake today. Aiden Kent is proving why he is the best player in next year's NFL draft. 3rd and 9, they do not get the first down as Jermaine Ellis only gets around 8, so it's another 4th and 2. Last time they were in this situation, Virginia kicked the field goal, but this time they're going to go for it. It's a toss to the right side for Green, and he loses 6. Justin Graves, what a hit. Graves has been a playmaker at this slot corner position. It's no wonder why he was the number 1 player in the entire nation in his recruiting class. 7-3 remains the score. Fleming on first down launches a dot for Dale McBride. A long touchdown of 88 yards, one of the longest in school history. and Westlake extends their lead. Keith Fleming has only thrown 3 passes today, 2 of which have gone for touchdowns, including that one, as Dale McBride continues to dominate. What a breakout season McBride has had here as a junior. He has done better with both quarterbacks as opposed to Stephen Westwood, who, by the way, just made his NFL debut for the Steelers, threw 4 touchdowns in a win over the Bengals. Looks like Stephen Westwood's going to be a great player in the NFL. Speaking of guys who will probably be great in the NFL, it's a nice run of 12 for Aiden Kent's. First down, now it's a handoff for Green, and he loses 2. As Aiden Kent's continues to carry the Virginia offense, I know they only have 3 points, but they have moved the ball fairly well. Time winding down here in the first quarter. Virginia gets one last play, and it's a big one. Aiden Kent's down the field, a rushing score for the superstar quarterback. 46-yard touchdown for Kent, and Virginia with a buzzer-beater touchdown. They cut the lead down to 4, and that'll do it for the first quarter. That's one way to end things, as the University of Virginia with a huge last-second touchdown. They needed some momentum before the end of the quarter, and they got it. 14-10, it looks like this game is probably going to be an offensive shootout. Let's see if Westlake's quarterbacks, Fleming and Alteron, are able to keep up today. Marsucio Alteron has checked into the game for Westlake. Alteron has to play really well these next few weeks if he wants any chance of winning this quarterback battle and becoming the long-term starter over Fleming. Nice run by Alteron, and this kid has some wheels. I know he's not as mobile as Keith Fleming, and I know under pressure, Alteron is a wreck, but, I mean, he can run. Fake handoff for Sparks. Alteron, what was that? He tried to toss it for Miller. That was an easy first down run for Alteron, but instead it's a fumble and a touchdown for Virginia. Marsucio Alteron has now fumbled it 4 times in his first 4 games of the year. That one wasn't him losing the ball. That was him making a boneheaded decision. And Virginia all of a sudden has the lead as it's now 17-14. First down, Irving Porter with the reception, fighting for yards. It's been a quiet start to the year for Irving Porter, but I do think he has picked it up these past couple of weeks. Nice decision on the short throw by Marsucio Alteron, who certainly has not gotten off to a great start today. Second down now, Alteron scrambling, connects with Teagan Moon, who brings it inside the 5. It's been a fairly slow start to the season for Teagan Moon as well, as it seems like Dale McBride has really shined over Moon, whereas last year, McBride and Moon pretty much had even seasons. Third and goal, Westlake trying to punch it in, and they cannot. Isaiah Sparks loses a yard. It's Tyler Mosley who brings him down. So Westlake is going to decide to play it safe here, go for a short field goal from around 20 yards. Zebediah Phoenix II drills it, and the Hornets will tie it up at 7 apiece. Zebediah Phoenix missed his first field goal of the season and has not missed since. He has been automatic the past 2.5 weeks, including going 3 for 3 last week against Minnesota. Green loses 3 on the run. It's Will Herring who brings him down, and Lamar Green is only averaging 1 yard a carry, and the Virginia rushing offense continues to struggle. Third and 14, it's a screen for Green, and he only gets 4. Wrapped up quickly by the safety, Kevin Blanchard. That'll force a punt, and Westlake gets the ball back. Marsucio Alteron is still in the game for Westlake. 3rd and 10. Alteron is sacked for a loss of 7. Assuming Keith Fleming returns for probably the rest of the game, because, again, Fleming has outplayed Alteron, you have to wonder, is that Marsucio Alteron's last snap as a Westlake Hornet, as it looks increasingly likely that Fleming wins the QB battle? 2nd and 10, there's a loss of 4 on the screen for Green. Wrapped up by Big Tuna, Richard Rivers Jr. Westlake calls timeout after the play, under a minute to go. 3rd and 14, Kent's is incomplete. And Westlake will have another chance to score before the half ends with Keith Fleming back in at quarterback. Fleming again has performed better than Marsucio Alteron, and Fleming will remain at quarterback for the rest of this one. Short throw to his running back, Matt Miller, for a gain of 20. Miller scored his first career touchdown last week. He also fumbled and got a concussion and missed the rest of that game. Look at Fleming. That option looked like a total fail, but he somehow gets 10. He could have tossed it to Miller and probably fumbled it. He could have also lost around 6 or 7. And I'm sure both of those outcomes were more likely if Marsucio Alteron was in rather than a nice run. Second and inches, it's a gain of 13 for Cassius Troy. Troy quickly runs out of bounds, and Westlake still has a timeout left with around 26 seconds to go in the half. Fleming under pressure, and he is sacked for a loss of 11. Westlake is forced to call their third and final timeout. It's Derek Fitzpatrick who brings him down. 3rd and 8 now. Clock is stopped at around 16 seconds. Fleming scrambling, has an open man. It's his tight end, Reggie Herman, who cannot get out of bounds, but he does get 17. Westlake going to try to hurry back to the line of scrimmage with 4 seconds. It's a quick throw for Sparks, who immediately runs out of bounds. That's a smart play by Fleming. If he decided to hold the play and try to hope for a prayer, Westlake probably would not have scored, but instead they are able to get the last-second field goal with Zebediah Phoenix as Westlake takes the lead. It's now 20-17. Very smart play by Fleming. In 3 drives with Keith Fleming, Westlake has scored 17 points. In 3 drives with Marsucio Walteron, Westlake has scored 3 points and allowed a defensive touchdown. So it's fairly clear to be able to determine who's been better today. 2nd and 7, Fleming on the run, connects with Cassius Troy. Keith Fleming has not thrown an incompletion, by the way. He has been perfect up to this point throwing the football. And if he just absolutely dominates today, then this QB battle might be over after this week. First down, Fleming, a bomb to the end zone, and it's caught. Carter Westwood, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Keith Fleming is currently 10 for 10, 241 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. This young man is unbelievable. Launching a dime for Westwood, who, by the way, makes an incredible catch over the defender. And it's now 27-17 in favor of Westlake. Aiden Kent fumbles the football. Ronald Benson forces and recovers. And all of a sudden, ever since Keith Fleming returned to the game, Westlake is dominating. They score, they force a turnover on defense, and the Hornets are cooking right now. Fleming on the option pitch for Irving Porter cuts to the outside, breaks a tackle, and gets 14 yards, pushing Westlake into the red zone. Wasn't it just 17 apiece, like, I don't know, 3 minutes ago? Now Westlake is up by 10, and they are marching on the doorstep to make that 17. Fleming connects with Tegan Moon, who brings it down to the 1 for a gain of 20. Still no incompletions yet for Keith Fleming, who continues to be perfect today. 2nd and goal. Hornets trying to punch it in. Fleming scrambling to his right, looking to throw it. It's a risky pass, and it's caught by Tegan Moon for the touchdown. Fleming is now 14 for 14 with 4 passing touchdowns. And all of a sudden, Westlake is up by 17. I think it's becoming more and more clear that Keith Fleming will most likely be this team's quarterback going forward. Another stop for the Westlake defense. Brian Foster only gets 3, wrapped up by Will Herring. And this lead continues to get even bigger and bigger for Westlake. 2nd and 9, Fleming finally throws an incompletion. It took 16 passes, and it's not even that it was a bad throw. It was that Fleming was under pressure and had to make sure he could get rid of it. So now the perfect streak is over, but if you don't base it on statistics, he has still been pretty much perfect today. 3rd and 9, it's a gain of 42. Another excellent throw by Fleming over to Maurice Rogers. And Westlake has the chance to make this, what would it be, 24 unanswered? Jesus Christ. 3rd and 9. Fleming looking to throw it. He gets it to Tegan Moon, but only for a gain of 4, so it looks like we will see the field goal unit return. Tegan Moon a little slow to get up, but he does. 4th and 5. Here is Zebediah Phoenix. It barely goes in. Zebediah Phoenix has gone 3 for 3 2 weeks in a row, but he's had a few lucky calls in both games, including that one. That'll do it for quarter number 3. Westlake is dominating at the moment. They outscored Virginia 17-0 in that quarter, and now lead it 37-17. Aiden Kent's trying to lead a miracle comeback as on 3rd and 12. He gets it to McCoy for a first down. Aiden Kent has not been as good in the second half, but I wouldn't say he's been bad either, as Kent loses 10. Will Herring brings him down. Herring's had one of his better games of the year. Obviously has to replace Delvin Hines at that left end position. Hines was the number 1 overall pick in last year's draft to the Atlanta Falcons. So obviously those are some pretty big shoes to fill for Herring. 2nd and 20. Another sack. It was kind of hard to tell who was there because there was a bunch of guys. They're going to credit Ronald Benson, who has been amazing today. Ronald Benson has just been incredible all year. Westlake's offense has it now. Look at Matt Miller, the freshman, with a nice gain of 20. Matt Miller probably with his best game of the year, I would say. He's had a few really nice plays, and I really hope Westlake can find ways to get him the ball more. First down, Fleming on the run. It's intercepted. What a play by Rivero. That wasn't a bad decision by Fleming because Tegan Moon was wide open, but it looked like he probably needed a little bit more loft on that throw. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. That's Rashid Rivero with the play. That's more so an excellent defensive play rather than a bad throw, so got to give credit where credit is due to Rivero. Gain of 22 for Brian Everett as he brings it to around midfield. Virginia's pretty much playing for pride now. I don't see a comeback being likely, but I guess if there's any quarterback in the nation you want in this situation, it's probably Aiden Kent's. He's on 2nd and 15. He gets it to Jermaine Ellis for running back for a gain of 20. Nice tackle there, I believe, by Nick Lott, one of the backup linebackers getting some extra snaps. And then 1st and goal, handoff to Jermaine Ellis for the easy touchdown. Actually, that's the fullback. My apologies. So it is now 37-24. Virginia going for the onside kick. Looks like their kicker has some nice hair too, as it will be recovered by Isaiah Sparks. Sparks cuts to the outside, and it looks like Westlake will start inside the red zone. A very nice return by Isaiah Sparks. Sparks has been kind of quiet today, not his dominant self. He's gotten plenty of touches, but just hasn't been as good as he normally is. Westlake trying to get some more insurance points as Fleming is sacked for a loss of around 10. Westlake probably should have just ran the ball there, but instead it was a throw. 2nd and goal now. Fleming breaks the tackle, and he totally misses Sparks. Another fumble on the option. It wasn't a bad decision there by Fleming. He just misaimed. And, I mean, we've been following this Westlake team for 14 years now. They still have not mastered the option pitch at all. So it is 37-24. Luckily for Westlake, it looks like that turnover probably won't matter. But the Hornets have now turned it over 3 times today. If there's one complaint I have about this offense, it's that they turn the ball over way too much. Nice screen there for Jermaine Ellis, who gets 30. Lamar Green got hurt. That's why he has not been in the game. Although Jermaine Ellis has played a lot better than Lamar Green was playing. 3rd and 7. Kent back to his running back, Ellis. An excellent tackle, though, by the true freshman, Winston Johnson. Johnson really looked like there were some growing pains early with him, but the past couple of weeks, he's been pretty impressive. He's made some nice plays. 4th and 2, Virginia has to go for it, and it's intercepted. Bob Adams with a nice play. Kent knew he had to throw it there, and it just didn't quite reach his target. Nice play by Bob Adams, whose name I have not said a whole lot this year, and for a corner, that's a good thing, because that means the opposing receivers aren't really making big plays. Westlake just trying to choose some Clark, as here is Isaiah Sparks. What a run by Isaiah Sparks. He's done pretty much nothing today. Now he's going to pad his stats a little bit, as he has around 8 Virginia defenders chasing after him, and will decide to run in the end zone instead of going out of bounds. Probably would have been the more sportsman-like thing to do, but hey, when you can get a touchdown, you'll take it. That's how this game ends. A dominant second half performance on both sides of the ball. 44-24 is your final. Westlake gets the win. 4 touchdowns for today for Keith Fleming. I really wouldn't be surprised if this is it for the QB battle. And I think there's a decent shot that Keith Fleming is the full-time starter of this program going forward. If not, Marsucio Alteron has a very little chance at best, but he's a very talented quarterback, so if there is a chance, I'm sure Alteron's going to try to fight his way out of it. Aiden Kent's today wasn't bad. He wasn't great. He was very good in the first quarter, I will say, then kind of tailed off after that, but he is a monster. So that'll end today's episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.